Everyone, welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and tonight we will be reviewing the third and final act of the Excelis, the Celsius production in honor of Anthony Head. This is the third one, but there are four, and we will be doing the one with Bernie Summerfield in about 2 weeks. But this one wraps up all 3 episodes of Anthony Head with Excelis Decay starring Sylvester McCoy. So stand by, folks. We'll be right back after this. And Sophie, tell people what they're going to be knowing.
Spoilers! This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. For those of you, this is your first episode. We are actually reviewing 3 episodes. We've already done Excelis, Excelis Dawns, Excelis Rising, and today is the third and final of the 3 chapters with Anthony Head. Excelis Decays with the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. We're going to be rating it on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being not so great, 10 being great. And for those of you who may have listened to this audio, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, if you want to go ahead and rate it into the chats, by all means, go for it and do so. Also, don't forget to subscribe, whatever it is, subscribe, comment, get the algorithms going so people know that we're here. And we want to thank everybody for joining us today. My name is Christian Basil, and I am the host. And let me go ahead and bring in my friends who will be helping us review this episode. First of all, let's bring in the man himself, the gamer of games. There we go. Paparazzo, Dave Chapman. How's it going there, Dave?
It's going. I'm ready to go for another Big Finish review.
Gotcha. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and bring in Sean with Our Philosophy. How you doing there, Sean?
I'm doing well. I did a sort of marathon, and I listened to all 3 of these today. So this will be very interesting to get into.
I'm gonna save you a little bit further because I want to see what your take is on for the first 2 as well. So I'll save your comment for the last there. Sure. And last but not least, of always, we've got the lovely Melanie Dean. How you doing there, Melanie?
That's doing quite well. It's actually not raining here for once.
Pooey!
I know, right? Just give it. It's usually whoever it rains to, we send it to the next person. So we'll see.
You can have this stuff back. I don't know. Can you hear the thunderstorms outside? As soon as
not yet.
Not yet. As soon as I got there, it is. As soon as I got off work, it was almost like, you want to run a podcast? No, not today. So
goodbye, internet.
Exactly. Goodbye, internet. No, goodbye, everything. Power, internet, you name it. It was just going downhill. And it was like, for those of you who ever work from home, that's always a fun deal to deal with. At work, especially, it's just like, they pay you for being here, but they pay you for not being here as well. So that's a whole other.
I heard.
What's that?
That one I heard.
Yes. Oh, you heard that one?
Yeah, I heard that one.
Okay. I'm not joking, guys. It's right outside. It's like, hello. And poor little Summer, she's like, I know she'll come into this room. Eventually, she'll come into this room. That's how it works. She'll go like, oh, the bed. Oh, that's so comfortable over here. Oh, the couch. And like, nope, Dad's in there. So let me go bother him. Mm-hmm. But somebody who's not a bother, let's go ahead and bring her on here with the Who Knew News. Let's bring her in, Miss Gadget.
just in case your power goes out, let's do this news very quickly because I just heard the thunder again.
You're fine. You can hear it?
I can hear it, yes.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really scary.
We had it the other day here. We had trees down and everything here in the East Coast, Northeast. Yeah. And we're worried about a building falling. So let's see what happens.
Not the rest of the news, but I'm like, we got backups just in case. But
yeah. And we also have a birthday we kind of missed. It was Dominic Keating. He hasn't really been on the scene for a while, but you guys know him from Star Trek, Once Upon a Time in London, The Jolly Monkey, Sherlock Holmes, Ballerina Assassin. He turns a cool 65 years old as of July 1st. He does not look it. He really doesn't. And everything. So we're going to
best known for Star Trek Enterprise.
Oh, yes. Which was terminated too soon. They should have kept that one going, but that's what UPN is for, huh? And everything. But lately,
UPN?
he's been seen at conventions.
Unfinished Product Network?
Yes. Everything. Okay. But we wish Dominic a happy birthday, and hopefully we get to see him on the screen soon. Like I said, the last thing he did was in 2024. He hasn't really been gracing our screens. There was something that they wanted to citate the dates on it, but they never put it in because in theater, he was in Alfie at the Tiffany Theater, California, as his last theater appearance. But his films were basically in 2025 with the Anacondas. Television, he was in Phoenix as Billy Blue, and his voice work was in 2025. So really for 2026, he hasn't had anything really lined up yet, but who knows, right? Okay. And then I love this one because all of you that are going to San Diego Comic-Con, could you pick me this up? Because my friend does do pins and everything, but it seems that Titan has released their 2026 version of Doctor Who pins. Now, technically, I don't know where I put it, but I actually have the TARDIS with Zora, which is my friend at Pin Club's pin. So I want to see how it compares to my friend at Pin Club and everything. So if the next slide you have and everything shows what the TARDIS looks like, I want to compare. So if anybody can send us some, we'll be happy to see that and everything. But if you do want to catch it, it'll be at Titan Comics, July 22nd to the 26th, booth number 5537 at San Diego Comic-Con. And trust me, people already got eBay placements for it right away and stuff.
Oh,
and
they got a dematerialization circuit in there. Yes. Oh my goodness.
That's what
that rocks.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. These are rocking. And if you can get somebody out to California to get them and everything, all means. But let's see what happens at New York Comic-Con, because if Titan does come to New York Comic-Con, maybe they'll do the same thing. Who knows? But this is very hot. This is very hot commodity right now, especially with the Wilderness Years. And let's see. We also have, speaking of Wilderness Years and everything, we have Daphne Ashbrook, who's going to be coming and gracing conventions really soon and stuff. She'll be at the For the Love of Time and Space, the UK's fan event with Paul McGann, this 2027 coming up in February. But you also can catch her at different conventions this August at Trek Long Island, August 14th through the 16th. You can also catch her at the Pandorica. Shout out to the Pandorica, October 30th to November 1st. Why, I love that date. And at the Albany Theatre, Country, UK. Tickets will be on sale. Check all dates, because due to this, subjects can change, because just like Murders in the Building, Only Murders in the Building, we have some Doctor Who guests that we're canceling. And if you haven't graced your Facebook, Instagrams, or anything, you missed Jody wearing a, judge's wig and everything because they have now given us the plot that it is the shocking murder of rival podcaster Cinda Canning is the plot of Only Murders in the Building. So I cannot wait for that to come out and see what happens. But additional stars will be added. But let's see, because it looks like a who's who of all BBC sci-fi. And also, speaking of sci-fi and everything, our own Nashuti is going to be producing a short film with co-star Niam, if I say it right, Marie Smith.
Okay.
And the project is called Passing Through. It's a short film describing the described as a modern queer take on Meet Cute. It follows two strangers who meet on a train platform in December, exploring themes of grief, connection, and small interactions. And it reunites the cast from the Doctor Who special Joy to the World, and it collaborates with Track Films, Blank Canvas Pictures, and linear Pictures. So watch that, grace your screens and everything, because it looks like it's going to be a very good small project, and it keeps everybody busy for now during the wilderness years. But even more wilderness, everybody be mad if they don't get their tickets. And I know some people have a touchy subject about this, but John Barrowman has released all his dates, and he's encouraging people to get tickets and fly out, not to miss his show. He actually has, his My Life musical dates are September 5th in High Wycombe Swan Theater, in there. Litchfield Garrick Theater, Leeds City, Sunderland, New Brighton, and they go from September 5th through October 25th. So check the dates, what's available, but they are selling out fast. And I know I went through this really fast, but Christian, do you have anything to share, good news or anything? Any conventions coming up or anything?
Well, I'll do we'll do the conventions in a little bit, but for everybody who may not be over.
Yeah, that's why I was doing it fast. Yeah.
I'll do this in a hurry. For those of you who are in the United States, we want to go ahead and give you a nice. We didn't get it last week, but I hope you guys had a safe and prosperous Happy 4th of July, our 250th year. This nation's been on the planet. I guess not a bad job so far, but there's a picture of the traveling TARDIS with some guys who may have or may have not, started the country, but. That's we do have a special video for everybody who wants to check it out. We do have over 1,000. Yeah, let me go ahead and bring that up over here. We do have we have the traveling TARDIS poll, and let me see if I can find it. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah. So for those of you who may not be familiar, if we have over 1,000 shorts to choose from. And if you're just somebody who's in the mood, somebody wants for Christmas or wants to see a birthday tribute or Halloween, which is coming up out here. I know it's July, it's the middle of July, but you know what, Dave, I have a lot of friends who believe that July the 5th is when Halloween officially starts until November 1st. So
I'm fine with that.
Are you fine with that, Melanie? What about you?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I have friends.
Halloween's every day here, so I
have some friends like you that go up to 365 days. Sean, do you have friends like that? Do they come out and say, "Yeah, it's Halloween"?
Oh yes, oh yes, and I personally think Halloween. I don't know, man. I don't mean to be a hater, but I think Halloween kind of needs to stay in its lane. Like we get the entire month of October, but unlike Christmas, it's done at November 1st. Like Christmas is so selfish because
announcing that day.
Not only does Christmas dominate the first, the second half of the year, but well into January we're still celebrating. It's taking up all the. But yes, I do like Halloween, so I give it more leeway.
We don't have individual days anymore for this. It's we have a time frame. So
yeah.
So July 4th gets all the way up until July 5th, and then July 5th it turns over to Halloween, and then Halloween. What is it? November 1st. Now it's supposedly, but we've kind of mixed it up with Thanksgiving. It's almost turkey.
Go ahead, Dave.
Thanks Christmas. Thank Christmas.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah.
Say it.
Nope. Say it, Dave. Yes.
Nope.
Say it, Dave. Say.
I was looking for a picture of Clem. I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't know what to say.
Just him bringing up Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
November, where it properly.
It's not in November. It's in October. People.
Oh.
Real Thanksgiving is in October.
Real Thanksgiving. I'm sorry they got seasick and they had to delay it over here. So anyway, 80% of the folks who've been watching, please enjoy our shorts out there. We do have actually a special set of videos for those of you who may be into the Halloween mood. We put out a video practically every single day. There have been a couple of times I missed out, but hey, we do have videos, including these little sites that took place over at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. And I had just noticed that they had moved Melanie, they moved the Halloween shop.
What?
They moved
Seriously?
the Halloween shop. It's no longer if you go to, I think it's what was it, the Lost Continent? It's right before you get into the Lost Continent. It's that area
Oh.
that used to be where the Sinbad show was.
Okay.
Right up there was a Halloween store. They had to, I think they're refurbishing the area because I think they're extending out the Harry Potter area into that. So they moved the Halloween store, and I like where it is. It's at the main entrance. I wouldn't say the main entrance, but it's at the entrance, like the Main Street USA. But where the Christmas store is at, it's on the opposite side. The only thing I don't like, it's outside. So that's the only downfall. And plus, I've let people know, they do sell the coffee shop of horrors, but if you get it from the Traveling TARDIS folks, it's a lot cheaper. Trust me on this one. So that is it. And plus, we just had a little bit of a fun with this poll right here, because at one point there was a discussion that Doctor Who and Star Trek may cross over, and this is a poll that we got that we generate. And of course, if you want to participate, just go onto our YouTube channel. According to our folks who took the poll, if these were the 4 series of Star Trek that they would cross over, the Next Generation wins by over a slight majority for that. Who would be the Doctor? I know there's a comic book series for the 11th Doctor, Assimilation, that he enters with the Next Generation. But Dave, who else do you think would cross over really well with the Next Generation?
I mean, not with Next Generation specifically. Oh.
I mean, is there another crossover? You're like, this
I would rather have Deep Space Nine. I'm in that 10%.
Yep.
I would.
I'm in.
I think it
I
would be
did.
way
Yeah.
more fun.
I was in the 10%.
That's fine. That's cool.
DS9.
If I had to pick, it would be 9 or 8. I think Paul McGann could slide in there too.
Oh yeah. Time War Paul McGann, not movie Paul McGann.
Time War Paul. Yeah. It would be up to the Dominion War, and then he would be pulled in by accident or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
I really think all the captains would be something where you would have all the different doctors just everywhere across the gamut coming in. So that way each captain could just be like, oh no, which one are you?
Yeah.
Or especially like in Next Generation, Picard already has to deal with Q. So having a doctor going, oh Lord, not again.
Oh no, Q and the Doctor. That's it.
Yes.
We're screwed.
That would definitely be Q and 9 would definitely be a fun banter.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely would be a fun banter. So I would love to see that. But yeah, who would go into Voyager?
I would say it would be the same way as with Next Gen. There's no difference between the 2 series.
Gotcha. And the original series, we'd have to concede to the 3rd and 4th Doctors.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, granted, all the captains are stern in their own way, but I mean, Janeway having to deal with like a manic 11.
Oh no,
nope.
How about Janeway and 12? He's just like pissing her off all the time.
That would be fun.
He's just doing one-liners. It's just like he just does something and it's just like, I turned it off or something. Yeah,
I actually kind of would dig that with 12 and Janeway.
Yep. And the entire crew could make it out, and 2 doctors. Oh yeah, that would be the hologram doctor and the 12th Doctor.
Doctor and Doctor, yeah.
Doctor and Doctor, and yep.
Doctor. Why do I get a Mel Brooks theme?
There you go. And speaking of which, that ends our polls.
And you're gonna let them know we are at 1, 2, 3. We're at 123K subs.
Woo!
Thank you.
Awesome.
So we are 1, 2, 3 ahead.
We are 1,200. Well, no, 123,000 subscribers, and how you guys showed up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it was only 122 last night. That's why I'm trying to see what happened.
Hey, we're good. We're just that good.
Even in the wilderness years.
Speaking of wilderness years, anything else we got in the news gadget?
Just to keep tuning into my other channel because of the sort of interview I did with somebody who's helping us with the wilderness years. There might be a second interview, so keep fingers crossed.
It's James saying how.
It's
How?
it's John
sir.
Pertwee's birthday.
Is it?
Hey,
Yeah.
Did
I
just do it?
figured that. I was looking at all
Yeah.
the reviews and everything, but he's
Nice.
102. They said, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, 102.
So happy birthday, John Pertwee! Since we're talking about the Third Doctor and Star Trek crossovers.
Okay. So happy
Yeah, the
birthday,
third
John.
Doctor is my favorite. So
Yeah, he's one of my.
No, go ahead. I got to put that in my calendar. For whatever reason, his birthday doesn't show up on my calendar. So
That's weird.
I'll have to add that in.
if you see my calendar, it is.
I believe it.
I was just
So-
imagining the third Doctor going, "What were you expecting? The Enterprise with Picard at the controls, you know?"
There you go.
Yeah, his birthday was it's actually today. Born in 1919. Oh, he's younger than my grandfather.
And we lost him the year of the TV movie. That's what was a shame. I think he
Mhm.
passed right
May
before
20th,
the TV movie came out.
1996, in Connecticut.
So happy birthday, happy heavenly birthday wherever you are, John. And again, for everybody who celebrated, happy 4th of July. I hope you're safe. Hope you're sticking with us because we got a review to do. And without further ado, let me get the notes up so I can track this. And let's go ahead and review. Let's get some numbers in. So, Dave, let's start with you. What did you rate Decay?
6.5.
6.5. Melanie, what did you rate? Oh, geez, I hate when it does that. Melanie, what did you rate Decay?
A perfect 7.
A perfect 7. I'm gonna put 7.0.
Run in there. Okay.
Sean, what did you rate Decay?
4.
Wow. Somebody's
This is
going
just a
first.
review for the most recent part, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I
Well,
do
then,
want. I do want. I'm going to save you for
right.
last
We'll
because I do
bump it
want
up
you-
to a 5. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see.
I had to be generous, you know.
You don't want to know mine.
Gadget, you going first? Let's go ahead. What's your number?
I'm
David?
going first because I put question mark because I got lost. I got so lost. I'm listening. I'm hearing them. I'm like, wait, this, that, like what? I was like that. Like I could not follow after a certain point. It was
Okay.
almost like I was losing track of who was the doctor, who was this, who was that, and
If you had to give it a number, don't give the review yet. If you had to give it a number. Oh, really? Okay.
and this that's rare for me when I can try to figure things out. This I could not figure out.
Okay.
So big
All righty.
0.
So I'm going to have you go last because I know your review is going to be a little longer. We're going to ask about the first 2 episodes as well. Dave, I think we're going to a commercial break. When we return, we're going to be doing our review of Excelsius Decay, starring Sylvester McCoy and Anthony Head. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tune in, and what we got to officially close the Who Knew News. Here we go. We'll be right back.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused. I'll sew in close. The spell stays unspoken. A dark silhouette of a marked man and broken. Right down. I didn't listen to that voicemail. A TikTok, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you.
I'm author Mark Muncy,
And I'm author Erica Lance.
and this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in our second season, that's movies that make us happy. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
Hi, I'm Janet Fielding and I played Tegan Javanka in Doctor Who, and this is the legend of the travelling TARDIS.
Oh, there. Look at that. Look at that, Melanie. Look at that beauty right there.
Gimme.
I know. This is what we got here. This is Mornings Are Evil, Latin American blend. It is a dark roast. Not big on the dark roasts out there, but we are selling these at certain conventions, and definitely Epic Verse that we're gonna. Yep, we're gonna be at next month. Yeah, it is next month. In August, we will be selling this. So again, they do sell this at a particular theme park. It's the only other place you can get it for right now that I'm aware of. But they sell a little bit more. So if you get it from us, you're saving $4. I can tell you that right now, just by getting it from us out there. So welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. And we are going to be reviewing the third installment of the Excelis trilogy. And we will be reviewing the Bernie Summerfield version in 2 weeks from now, starting the late great Anthony Head, which is the reason why we went ahead and reviewed these 3 episodes, and Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor. As you may be familiar, if not, we always start with the person with the lowest number, and guess what? I don't think we can go less than 0. So one thing I was about to say one thing you really like, one thing you really didn't like, but I'm just like, well, it's if you got a 0, it's all really didn't like. So let me challenge you at this.
I
What
thought the
you
second one
didn't
was
like?
bad. This was like, can you get your money back? I'm like, no,
Yes, that's what I'll tell them. Give me my money back because Gadget didn't like it.
No, I'm serious because what the voice first I heard the voice and I'm hearing like certain things and I'm like, is it the doctor? Is it not the doctor? Is it Anthony? Is it? And I'm like, I am so confused. And then the political views of everything, the changing a history to make it fit everybody's narrative or other people's narratives and everything like that. And I'm like, are we talking more political? Or are we talking mind swap? Are we talking the zombies from the beginning?
So
and all the I'm like, what the heck was going on?
So the
And-
safest assumption is the one thing that you really didn't like. It was confusing.
Confusing was not the word because
Okay.
the only thing I recognized was the voice of our shepherd's dad, if that's right, from the actual series. Is that him, the voice actor
I think
that was
so.
playing the commander or something that has that deep voice? His son was in with 11. I can't remember his name.
No, I got to look at the cast list again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because that sounded like him a lot. So I was like, okay, at least I know that voice actor or actor and everything. So I'm like, okay, I know who that is. Sylvester kept changing his tone left and right. And I'm like, okay, are we destroying people? Are we turning them into wild husks? Are we turning them into, because they would talk about how people don't read anymore, people that I'm like, why does this sound so familiar? And all the other, and the crazy things is that everyone wants to leave everybody else's history without knowing the real history or asking somebody what the hell is going on. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I had to stop it, pause, stop. I'm like, rewind. I'm like, I said, I thought the second one was bad. And then when I find out that he got out of the museum and all the other stuff and everything, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I was like, and then I said, let me just, because I did listen to the last one to see if I missed something.
Yeah.
You know, because I didn't know when we were going to review it, but I said, let me just, in case anything happens, you know, maybe I missed something. Maybe the last episode wraps up those 3. And I'm like, no.
So if you were to encompass everything about what you didn't like, we can just say it was confusing. Was there anything that you liked about
no,
this? I know you were
it was worse than 2. It was worse than the second. I'm like, no, Big Finish, you no, I'm serious. It's like I usually can figure out things. It was almost like it lost the meaning of what this series was about. Because I thought, I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought they were gonna go like time wibbly wobbly stuff, and I'm like, that makes sense for the first one. But you had in the second one seance, and then in this one it was like he absorbed out of the wall. I'm like, I said, what? Wait, what? How can you contradicted what was in the second one? So I was like, don't do this. Big Finish, don't do this to me. It's like, yeah, don't mess up.
Well,
and
the
you're pretty good, but yeah.
I think you're the first 0.
No, I hated it. I'm gonna be on Big Finish. If you're watching, I hated it. It was not a story I could follow.
Well, let me get you closer there so you can get your shot there.
I won't do anything bad to Big Finish because Big Finish has some good ones like Nevs and everything else, and I could follow those. That's what I understand. I can follow Nevs. I can follow others, but this one, it literally is making me choke.
Gotcha. Well, the next person who's going to follow you is going to be Paparazzo, Dave Chapman. And I told you Summer's going to be coming into my room, whether I like it or not. So she's here.
I heard her.
So,
Where's Summer? We want to see Summer. You don't want to see my face. We want to see Summer.
Yeah, well, you give the review, and I'll try to pick up some. Well, Summer is just running around all over the freaking place.
Yeah, thunder.
So,
yeah, exactly.
So, Dave, you gave it a 6.5.
I did. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Yeah. This was just kind of unmemorable. On the that's the big dislike. It was just not memorable. I listened to it several times and I still barely remember what happened. But the big thing I didn't like is they don't really wrap up or explain the relic. We know from the first episode it's a handbag. Mm-hmm. That's the extent of what we got, and despite the fact that it is the central plot, the MacGuffin of this whole series, it had almost nothing to do with it until it did. You had to know you had to know. You couldn't just walk into this one blind and listen and understand what's going on, because there is so many callbacks to those previous episodes.
Right.
But they're not good callbacks. They're not callbacks. They're just, you need to know this or you're not going to get it.
Gadget says this was worse than the previous episode. Do you think that this was worse? How would you rate like the 3 episodes? Were they like first, second, and third? How would you rate them?
I think I gave this one a higher rating than I did last week for the middle one, but I think this one is slightly worse. I do on thought. Yeah, I think I did the last one a little bit of a disservice having now listened to this. I felt the last one was very much a filler episode, and I still kind of do, because you didn't need. There was very little from that second episode that you really needed to know for this one, so it was basically a filler episode, but it wasn't. I think this one was slightly worse.
Okay.
I didn't hate it though. I mean, the Seventh Doctor is always wonderful. He does well. He does well with comedy, so he would have done well bouncing off of Iris, and he does have several stories with Iris Wildtime, because he does bounce off her brilliantly. But he also does the dark stuff very well.
Yes.
And this was a darker story. You've got people getting, their souls sucked out and animating flesh golems. Which again was just a weird plot point that kind of worked. That again was just kind of this is the bad thing the bad guy's doing.
Right.
We didn't really need it, but
is
McCoy
there a good
is
thing
always
about
good.
it?
McCoy is great.
Okay, McCoy was good on this.
Yeah, McCoy is great on this one. He's great on everyone. So I mean, that's that. I feel almost like I'm cheaping out saying that, because he's one of my favorite Doctors. He by far, and he's great in everything. I got, when he was there, I got what was going on.
Okay. So, but I don't want to say a little biasness, but he's one of your favorite Doctors, and
it's true.
There's nothing wrong with him as far as being a Doctor. I just, you know what? I'm not going to say any more, because Melanie, you're up. You rated it a 7.
Yes,
you
I
went
did.
a little higher, and I think you're the highest of us all. So
I believe so. Yeah. So okay, I clearly like this a lot better than other people.
Okay.
I really like this much better than our last venture. Thought Sylvester McCoy, I think he just lives and breathes in audio. It's amazing. I thought the banter between him, and now it's Lord Sutton. So we've got Greyvorn. Also, I can never say like the little Frenchy kind of word he was, the Reeve, we'll say in the last one. And then now he's Lord Sutton. Really, you can, for me, Anthony had, he kind of kept changing up the character just a little bit. He kept refining it over each millennia. So here he was even more refined, but now he's a little crazy. He's gone a little bit crazy. Especially towards the end, which I really loved. I liked how the pacing was freaking phenomenal, especially between the two of them. As it gets to the catalyst towards the end, where again we're Armageddon, baby. Here we go. And just how he's like the emperor. He wants unlimited power. He's realized that he can the little relic now. We knew that the relic was a handbag, and that it can basically contained all of like heaven and hell, or all this kind of stuff. And now it's got souls in it, and I'm like, okay, cool. Apparently, it's got a little bit of the Doctor soul, but okay, cool. But now he can take one out, and one soul can now animate 1,000 flesh golems. So that's kind of intriguing. I'm like, oh, he's got meat puppet army, and he's going to take over his planet, and he just wants war. So he's kind of gone back to being a warlord. So his whole thing. I feel bad for saying that other good thing that I loved, absolutely adored about this one is how bloody dark the ending is. The doctor loses. Spoilers. The doctor loses. Everybody dies. This is the antithesis of the Ninth Doctor going, hey, Rose, look, just this once. Everyone lives. No, this one, everyone dies. And even when the doctor's trying to save just one more person, like he was doing back in the Pompeii days, with 10 going, okay, I'm just going to just save one. And my reference to 9 of everybody lives. He's going to grab the son that was the bastard son that, that was ignored. Okay, well, I'm going to get Matthias or whatever his name is and grab him and I'm going to save him. But then here comes Grey Worm going, you can't go. You have to take me with you. And he loses him. So the doctor loses. The entire thing is engulfed in Armageddon. And it ends dark. I'm here for that. That's really cool.
No, it was.
I was like, what the what? So yeah, I like that.
Here's the thing, Melanie, if I could just intercede with this question. Because it was interesting. It went dark. And there's something I really wanted to bring up, but remember the TARDIS brought him there.
Yes.
I'm like, are you trying to punish him for some odd reason? And we also know that this is going to take place before the TV movie. We're kind of because he refitted the TARDIS, and we now know that and from pictures of it, we know that's it's refitting. But give me a take on that. I meant the TARDIS from that. So the TARDIS must have known what was going to happen.
Well,
Why did
because
the TARDIS bring him there?
He ends up. So Lord Sutton kind of alludes to that when the doctor had touched the relic, a little bit of him went in there, a little bit of the soul. So the soul is going to be kind of a tenuous kind of idea. We're going to retrofit this for whatever plot armor thing we need for this story. All right, fine, fair. So that's how a little bit of the doctor got into the little handbag, our little holy handbag of Antioch here, instead of a hand grenade. Sutton went in there mixed up, and that's when he became Lord Superior. The whole Mother Superior thing. Well, I didn't like that part of it, but that was the last one. Anyway, that's for Sean for later. Sutton says that because of the little bit of doctor in there, he ends up getting a little bit of the doctor. So he got because remember, he ends up because the second he brought up Daleks and Cybermen and Suntarans, and I'm going to fight them all. My brain just literally, I'm driving, I went, beware what? I'm like, how do you know these things? And then even the doctor is like, how do you know this stuff? So he's got a little bit of that brain. So they kind of said that because of those connections, that's why the TARDIS gravitated him to it. Because I think the TARDIS kind of knew that, Sutton's wanting to, because is a little bit of the doctor and all that kind of stuff. And the TARDIS kind of decided, we're just going to make you fix this finally. We need to wrap this up in a nice tidy bow. But then, oops, he loses. It's the terribleness. But yeah. So yeah, and clearly I enjoyed it. Except, and I'm so bad for admitting this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, Dave. But when I realized that there was this accent that wasn't British, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's the show's favorite Canadian, Yi Ji So.
Yep.
I didn't like his performance.
Oh no.
But okay, at first, I think I just felt like it was just stilted. But I think the more I think on it, the stiltedness was, I think, maybe his performance choice and acting choice of showing how much of a puppet the people are for Lord Sutton. So it was very much just, what are you doing? I think he was just being very rigid and militarist, that kind of just, I'm gonna, do what I'm supposed to do and be very, very, that kind of thing. Because at first I just was like, it felt like it wasn't like a good read at first, but I'm hoping that's what really I just wasn't translating it for, because you have such vivacious performances between the doctor and Sutton, and that even the one commissant character,
Commissar,
and all these other kind of things going on. or characters going on, and I just thought Brant was just, dude, live a little, wake up. Like, okay, we'll go ahead and I thought it was like just such a bad read at first. I'm like, no, this makes no sense. We know Yuji is amazing. What the heck? What these must be choices he's doing.
Well, no, you know what? I thought of it, and I was looking at the year. Maybe it was around COVID, but it wasn't. It was like almost 24 years, 25 years ago.
2002.
2002 that this came out. So it was back then. I think the powers that be just basically told Yuji, read this, and we'll make it work. That's how I felt, and it was just like what you said. It was so disconnected, and this is not a fault on Yuji because he did real time with the Sixth Doctor, and that performance was so awesome, and I just felt like he was so disconnected somehow. It just felt like he, everybody else was reading a script in the room, and he was just told, we'll just record your bit and throw it in there.
Yeah, it almost felt cold.
It's not against Yuji.
No, it just felt like I don't know if it was just the recording of it. It felt like a cold read, but that's what I'm kind of hoping that maybe in retrospect, I'm just thinking maybe that was a performance choice of being very cold, clinical, just I'm following orders, I'm a puppet, I'm not thinking, I'm an automaton to the war machine, that kind of thing. But anyway, that was a bad thing I didn't like about it. So yeah, I'll shut up now.
Oh, you're fine. Shama, I promise we'll get to you, and we want to review your take on Dawn's and Rising. But let me go ahead and throw my little ditty in there. And
sure.
I have a question for everybody. I mean, I have a lot of questions, but here's my take on it. First of all, 6.9, and that's almost being generous. I didn't want to give it a 7, but I'm like. I didn't want to give it a bad rating, but I'm like, I'm not going to put it all the way up to 7. There's no way. As far as the 3 episodes, this one was my favorite, and that's not saying much. I'm sorry, really sorry on that. It just didn't. Here's some questions I want to ask, and Sean, you can jump in on this, even though you haven't reviewed yet. Whose story is this? Is it the Fifth Doctor's? Is it the Sixth?
The handbags.
Is it
Iris's?
Is it Iris's? Because
she caused it.
She caused it, but I mean, she's not there for the next 2 stories. And
I really think it's
or is it Lord Graveborn?
I think it's Graveborn's.
Yeah, well, I couldn't even tell you that because of the ending, which I think the question popped up. Somebody in their head when they were writing this, they were thinking, would the Doctor go to heaven or hell? I think that's where the beginning of this story started. And they were trying to answer it. And for me, there was so much potential gunk in this that was just so poorly executed across all 3 of them. Because there was so much...
plot holes?
Well, no. Memory berries, like the Fifth Doctor was talking about when he met his 5 other personas, and when he died and meeting the Watcher and all that. I'm thinking, okay, something's got to go on with this. And the Sixth Doctor, nothing. And the Seventh Doctor, comes up and nothing more. But yeah, it did go, Melanie, for me, it did go dark. But that would have been the proper Doctor to go dark on. That's Sylvester McCoy's. But I had to sit there and go, like, wait a minute, the TARDIS brought him here. So the TARDIS, not only that, it was given autonomy to travel wherever it wanted to go, and goes, nope, you're going back to Excelsius. F you. That's basically.
She was having a mood swing. What do you expect?
That's a mood swing. That is
the TARDIS going, will you please fix this finally?
Yeah,
How many iterations have I got to send to get to
Idris
this
was just a little upset.
Yeah.
What I think should have happened is not only do I, when I think things are bad, but I like to come up with ideas of, how I would go in there and correct it. I think this should have been 4 episodes. I think it should have been 5, 6, 7, all 3 of them. And Iris should have came back. And if they were going to focus on that question, if the Doctor would go to heaven or hell, I would really wanted to have seen those 3 go have that discussion together. Since we're talking about the afterlife. Where would he go?
I would have said jump in the TARDIS, get the handbag away from her, and bury it somewhere.
And I would have loved to seen Iris come back to kind of balance out the darkness that was about to take place, to give it a little more humor, so that when we got finally to that final scene of the Seventh Doctor, really just gut wrenching, and then he asks himself the question that he finally lost, and you know, I think what was it? I think the first time ever mention of the Doctor's soul is the TV movie. And I think people were questioning that at one point, that the Doctor had a soul. And that was just a little odd for people to handle. I think it was the TV movie they brought it back in, but it was mentioned here in this series. And I think we even asked ourselves, does the Doctor have a soul? And I think that was an episode that we first did in the first year that we got together. But it's I think there was so much built in there that could potentially done. I'm almost saying that each one of them should have their own box set leading up to the finale, which should have had all three Doctors, Iris Wildtime, and the final confrontation with Greyborn. Greyvorn. Sorry, Greyvorn. That it should have been the final confrontation, and I think Iris should have been there when the Doctor was at his lowest, and we should have had that good man going to war type deal where she walks up to him and goes, you know what, maybe you're not the greatest person, maybe you're not a hero, but you're doing what some kind of relief to the Seventh Doctor instead of just leaving him in a lurch. I think Iris should have been there to bail him out and say something to balance out that, so that the question remains open. I do like the ending where it did have the question of it left up to the viewer. Do you think the Doctor should go to heaven or hell? With everything that he has seen and everything that he's gone through, does he have that right to be in one place or the other? But I think I would have felt better if Iris came in there and just said something to him to kind of balance him out. I think for once I hated the TARDIS for doing that to him. It's just like, what did he do to you? He even gave you control and you could have gone anywhere, but you want to piss him off. Okay, fine. So 6.9. Great thing about it was I have to do it through all three, was Anthony Head. I do like that the character got tweaked over time and you could feel that he was going mad. So he was like, in the beginning, he was slightly a comedic character. In the middle, he kind of panned out. And then he's been in that relic all this time and trying to get out. So he's going mad. And you could hear the madness in him when we finally get to the last episode. So that would, I think, it wasn't that the Doctors are bad. It was just like, I don't think they were given enough time. And plus, there was so much potential that it felt like 90 minutes was not enough for each episode. It should have been longer. The resolutions for some things, like, oh, he's the Doctor. Oh, he knows better. Oh, he's been here before, were kind of like just acceptable. Like, okay, he's going to help us. I'm like, what? You just found him in the museum. Like, all of a sudden he's going to help you solve a crime? I guess. I mean, like, well, no. Maybe this planet's a little gullible, but and I think I'm being generous by saying 6.9. But this is not anything against any of the three Doctors, Yi, Anthony Head. It's just that I think they did the best with what they had, and there was nothing else they could do with it. It was great acting. It wasn't that great writing, but they did their best. That's what is, in my opinion, is that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Sean. I'll give you the floor, my friend, because you got 3 episodes kind of to review, so go for it.
Yeah, and thank you. And I'm not going to go through all 3 of them. I'll spend a little bit of time on the most recent one. But
sure.
Before that, just summing up, essentially, if you during 2021, I believe, was it 2021 we got Flux, the series 13 run of episodes?
Sounds about right.
If you were present during that time in the fandom and you watched those episodes, a lot of people experienced this sort of really weird feeling when they were watching those, which is like, I just watched an episode of television and a story happened, and I could tell you about the story, but it's like my brain was resistant to the story going in, because the extent to which I did not care about what was happening was so intense that I
Oh, God.
almost couldn't tell you about what happened. And
Yes.
I very much felt this when watching this. And keep in mind a few things. So if you don't know, I am a very strong Classic Who fan. I listen to audio only productions quite a bit. And I was listening to this at 1.5 times speed. So even with all those factors in play,
Okay.
some of it was probably because it was just confusing. And sometimes I do have ADHD, so my mind can wander. But like I said, I listen to audio content a lot, so this is not new for me. But it's just the same problem I had during Flux. And the problem with Flux, if you don't know, was that there was supposed to originally be another episode. This was written during the pandemic, and Chris Chibnall, during 2021, had to condense this story. And what ended up happening was everything that was supposed to happen in Flux kind of happened, but there was no time to care about anything. It's like as soon as you started to care about one thing, something else started, and it's like I feel
Yes.
like I'm eating a meal with like where you took like all the spices out of it. It's like I'm eating it, but it's definitely a meal, but it's like there's no there. And when I'm watching these first two, like okay, I'm getting it. Some of the time it's like, all right, I should think. I had to stop and think of like, oh right, okay, so that's referencing that other thing. You had characters coming in, you had things, as Dave mentioned, that never really got wrapped up from various, and that wasn't even just a problem with the most recent one, but in these first two especially, I just felt like, okay, I know what's going on, I'm following the story, but part of the time the reason I'm not is just because I cannot bring myself to care about that. And I think that's just bad writing. I think honestly you could have had all these things, and Dave kind of alluded to this too. I think you could have had a lot of these things pay off. It's just you have to have some central thread. It's like Christian said, there's not really like whose story is this? You need a main character who's experiencing these things, and usually it's the doctor or the companion. But the companion was absent for two of the episodes, and it was three different doctors, and there's not really a solid through line. And I just feel like you have no surrogate for the audience to experience these things, and they're just like shooting Nerf darts at your head, and they're just bouncing off as they're trying to fire all these ideas rapidly at you very, very quickly. And I think the second one had kind of a peak for me because I liked the ending. I liked the idea of him sort of giving up his life and almost like becoming a ghost in the walls, and them talking about that, and him kind of his desire to keep living kind of driving him on as he's waiting for another person to victimize. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then we get to the third part, and it's like, okay, so we're jumping again. So now I have to do another time jump and another different doctor. And I love all these doctors. I really like the second one because the sixth doctor, I think, is the best audio doctor by far. Like, I love the sixth doctor's Big Finish stories. His have always been my favorite. But we get to the third part, and we've got all these things. We got the thing with the handbag. We got the thing, with the all this weird stuff going on with the people and the disappearances, and the companion who had all this weird connection to his lives. That never really got resolved either. But I was a little bit interested when we got to the third one because we've got very strong 1984 vibes at the beginning of the third episode of this most current episode, because we've got the proletariat, we've got the inner party, we've got kind of the Ministry of Truth thing going on, where it's like, oh no, like we've always been at conflict with this legislative body or this power. We've always had this like kind of going back and rewriting the past, and the doctor does say something very profound about that, about going back and like rewriting the past, and he says, I've done that quite a few times myself. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then it just completely falls off because we don't even really do anything with that. And by the time we got to the end, it was very dark, but it was more just like, it felt like a last grasp at something. It's like, man, this does not feel earned. Like the darkness at the end, I definitely felt it, just like you guys did. But I was just like, this does not feel earned in the slightest.
Yes.
And when the doctor says, am I going to heaven or hell? I'm like, I don't care. Like, it's such a weird response to think that, but I'm like, no, I don't
I
care.
think that was a wonderful moment, but yeah, you're right. There was nothing leading up to that moment that supported it. That's why I'm saying I think
Yeah.
the three of them should came back. I think that would have been a question for the three of them to try to solve together. I think it'd been cool just to have the three of them together and then Iris come in and kind of support it. But yeah, when it finally hit, it was just like it was only made strong because of Sylvester McCoy and his acting
Yes.
that I think
And
that pulled it off. But yeah, there was nothing to support him along the way to go, hey, this has happened. And right. So when we get to the end, the payoff was only because Sylvester read it. It wasn't because the story supported it to me.
yeah, it was a tender moment of almost like vulnerability for the Seventh Doctor, which you don't get too often. I think
Yeah.
all three of them. I mean, you have the typical out of breath Fifth Doctor, but even him, like you can see his reaction to these things. You can see the Sixth Doctor and how he's trying to be kind of a smart aleck, and it's not working with this particular conflict because it's eluding a little bit. In the Seventh Doctor, you get that vulnerability. All the actors are bringing something to the table, but it's like, man, I'm actually a little bit of the opposite of you on this, Christian, because I feel like this could have been one story. I think they could have gotten rid of a lot of the generational things and done something. And what is the handbag? Like, I'm sorry, like I'm sitting here like it's all about the handbag. What? I think they could have made this really I mean, that's a perfect Doctor Who setup. Like, there's this weird artifact that's a relic and it's a handbag, but it's just like, I feel like we almost forgot about it by the time we get to the end of it.
Oh, we
You
definitely
know? So,
did.
yeah. So it's like, yeah. So that, I mean, I gave it a 4, but it's like I said, I'm not, it's just like you guys. I'm not hating on the writers or anything. I understand for some people, this kind of story really works. And granted, I did listen to it a little bit faster than it was meant to be listened to. So maybe that affected it as well. But yeah, this particular Big Finish story didn't work for me. And that's saying something because it was the Sixth Doctor one. And I usually love Sixth Doctor stories.
I love Colin too. And I think it's just, like I said, we're not hating on this. It's just more that it felt. You use the dinner analogy. For me, if I were to use the dinner analogy, I would be saying like I'm waiting for the full course meal. I'm waiting for a steak, and I'm handed a birthday cake, and that's it. It's like,
Right,
oh,
right.
very tasty. I'm getting all the sugar rush, but I would came here for a meal, and I'm not satisfied. There's some really great stuff, but I think we're looking at it the same way. Where you said you would cut it down for the storyline, I'm saying if you're going to put in all this stuff with all these characters that potentially
Ah.
seem like they could build up, then you need to give them some breathing room. Not only that, but for them to appreciate the Doctor. They're like, Doctor walks in and goes like, well, I mean, everybody seemed to just accept the Doctor. One of my first questions was back when we were talking about Dawn's. It's like, oh, okay, well, Greyborn is just okay with the Doctor. I'm like, how are these two together? That was I think, Melanie, if I'm not right, that was my first question. What are they doing together? How are they even ending up together? So I mean,
Yeah, that was really sudden, wasn't it? Just like they just
Yeah.
kind of throw you into that. It's like, huh? Yeah.
I mean, it happens, but it was just like, well, there's nothing. Why would he even be wasting his time with this guy? Melanie, your thoughts about what Sean said?
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree. I mean, I agree that, and I understand that those are all that they're all absolute valid points. And I mean, just in a broad stroke, with everyone's kind of opinion on this one, it's like I don't want to say it's not necessarily subjective. I think I just had my bar so far low on this one where I just really, really, really wanted this to be better than the last one. And I'm like, yeah, this makes me happy. I'm excited. I like the hell out of it.
And I'm jealous of
sorry.
you, Melanie, too, for
I'm still
liking
like
it.
that guy,
No, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. I just talked forever. Go
No,
ahead.
no, you're good. No, go keep going.
I'm just saying, I'm jealous. Like, that's what I love about this fandom, too. It's like, dude, you're never going to catch me on the internet telling people, like, oh, man, I don't know why you like I wish I liked it like you liked it. I'm jealous of you. I wish for all those 3 hours I would have been like, yeah, It would have been great. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't. I hadn't said anything. So no, you're good. No, but I mean, both the points like you and Christian are both making on how some characters just kind of appeared next to one another, or how some of the flow of it. Yeah, I mean, I guess from you know how, okay, so you know how back in school there was sometimes in some schools there was like debate teams, and you can be given a topic, and now you're like, okay, you need to debate for or against. I could absolutely make the case of saying, hey, this also is a 0, and here's why. For my, that's why I think the brilliant of like our own, why we give our own rankings is because what we like about it and what we dislike about it. But yeah, I mean, even I do get like, even the ending could have been a little bit more. I mean, my goalposts are just a lot. Everybody's goalposts are just in different areas. So, okay, I can to bring up points to make my own rating a little lower. When the doctor saves the day, and he goes somehow into the handbag of heaven and hell and says, I'm going to free you all, and Mother Superior's there, and she's like, yes, please do this, we don't know how. I'm like, they never explain what the heck he did. It's like, 1, how the hell did you get in there? 2, what did you do? I could rate that a 3, but I didn't care, he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
And I think you made a very strong case too.
Dave, what are your final thoughts on this? It's we
Hashtag
know gadgets. She says it sucks and move on.
Yeah.
Fun. I like listening to Sylvester.
Hashtag
I'm a happy
handbag
clan.
heaven and hell. I like that. That's a good way to put that.
He's a handbag.
I want. Yeah, there we go. I want something like this on the TV show. I really do. I'd love to see a long-term, multi-doctor, progressive story. But we'll never get it. The closest we got was Midnight, and Shooty's one where they came back to it. I forget what they call what that episode
Dark
was.
something? Oh god.
Dark something. Yeah. You know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta make me look.
I love that they did that. They just went back to the same planet years and years later. I loved that. I love that concept. I love the concept behind this box set. I love, like I said, I love Iris Wildtime. I that first episode, I think I gave it an 8. I think off the top of my head. It was great because it's got Iris and she's great. And it just kept going off. It had a path, and the path just took a left turn and kept going.
Yeah.
Went to Albuquerque.
And I'm not upset by that particularly. I just did not enjoy it as much. I can certainly see the enjoyableness of it. I didn't hate it by any stretch. It's not a 0 for me, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Iris Wildtime story. It's not my favorite story for any of those doctors. I think Anthony Stewart Head kind of got the short end of the stick on this, because that's what brought us into this fair. Into this box. This set was the passing of Anthony Stewart Head. And I think they could have done so much more with him in a much stronger character and a much stronger character arc, despite the fact that we're looking at 1,000 years between each of these episodes. I think we could have, there could have just been so much more. There was so much potential that was squandered, I think.
I would have loved seeing where one doctor affected the next the next coming doctor in the next story. So something the 5th Doctor did in that episode affected the 6th Doctor in that, and the 6th Doctor getting a little pissy, like, I can't believe I did that. And then the 6th Doctor doing something where it affects the 7th Doctor, and the 7th Doctor going, I can't believe I did that.
They did sort of address that with them saying, I thought I left this planet in good hands.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And now what?
Yep.
So they did kind of touch on that, which was a good point to it as well.
Okay. Which honestly is how we're going to find in the next Bernice Summerfield one of this saga, and how it was maybe you should have just got the handbag all along and took it with you off this planet.
Yeah.
Iris, get it.
Iris is back with Bernice Summerfield. And if you're
Yay!
not familiar with Bernice, for those of you who are not familiar with Big Finish audios or something, Bernice Summerfield I think she started the companion in the dying days of the Eighth Doctor. And
7. She started in the novels as 7. With 7.
With 7? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I was looking her up in between things, going because I don't know Bernice Summerfield from Adam. I don't think I've ever heard any of the audios.
I haven't heard her either. Yeah, I think this will be the first time I've heard it. No, it's not the first. There's a really good one that Bernice is in. There's a really good one. It involves the Seventh Doctor and Sherlock Holmes, and it was just cool. We'll review that one. But this is going to be the 4th episode, which the Plague Herds of Excelis, which will bring Iris Wildtime back. Very happy about that, as well as Bernice Summerfield, which is played by Lisa Bowerman. And this episode, I'm hoping, will wrap things up, or at least I just like to see Iris back.
Mm-hmm.
And Bernice, to see her in there. She's also an archaeologist, which is funny because just going off a side note, I think it was The Light at the End or something like that, that River Song and Bernice Summerfield come together, and they recognize that they're both archaeologists, and they actually have a tiff about that because they've been with the Doctor. But I digress. So this will be the 4th episode of the series that you can purchase. Don't buy them individually. Trust me, they're not worth it individually. But I wouldn't mind just, especially with the passing of Anthony Head, just to check it out, because he was great in this. I mean, you could tell with his character, it started off being like funny and clownish to when we finally get to this episode where you can tell that he's gone completely insane. That I think being alive, that the Doctor understands, and he does mention it, that living this long, it's not as beneficial as you would think it is. But alrighty, well, that was our review of the Excelis Decays, and pretty much the reviews decayed on that one. So
a little bit.
Really bad about that. Does anybody have any last minute things before we wrap it up?
Anthony Head did an amazing job for what he had.
Yes.
While this plot while the plot has some serious faults, and some actors maybe didn't bring the best performances, he really gave 110%. Yes. You can visualize that he was ready and understood how Big Finish audio dramas worked, and that he could perform and excel in this sphere. And I do wish he could have done more in Big Finish. I have seen that. I guess he's done other audio dramas, but with other, production companies, not within the universe. And if you can find some of those, well, I know I'm going to try looking.
I think they made up for it with School Reunion. They gave him School Reunion to make up for this.
So Tom says the plague herds of Excelis. I can't say it. Excelis acted as an epilogue, tying up loose ends from the main trilogy. So, what is it, 4 hours long? It's just like, wow. Okay, hopefully Tom is right about that. So we will be reviewing that. Janet says, sounds like the script and direction were lacking. Like I said, in my opinion, it was just, there was so much stuff in there, and they said, okay, you got 90 minutes, and I'm like, what the heck?
They weren't even 90 minutes. They were all closer to an hour. I think the first one was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was close to 90 minutes, but the rest were all closer to an hour.
What's that line from Muppet Vision, Melanie? When
you got a minute and a half.
You got a minute and a half. Yeah, it's going to be a glorious 3-hour finale. You got a minute and a half. Well,
just a salute to all countries, but mostly America.
Yeah.
You got a minute and a half.
Speaking of salutes, folks, just so if you've been keeping track of things, our next convention will be Epic Verse, taking place August 21st to 22nd. Just to remind people, it is a Friday, So I don't know if you need to take a day off of work or something like that, but Friday and Saturday it is free parking, free entry on the locations off of Dog Track Road. It is a choice, but I'm hearing it's a very nice facility. This will be the first con of Epic First Fan Con, so please come out and support them. It's going to be taking August 21st and the 22nd. And if that's not enough for you, Melanie and I will be at Ancient City Con in St. Augustine, Florida, September 25th through the 27th. The Dalek Builders will be there with all the Daleks information, as well as the lovely Melanie, and as well as Chrissy. Melanie, Chrissy's going to be there as well. So
Awesome.
there you go. She's going to be.
And coffee.
And oh yeah, we've got coffee and barbecue sauce. So ancientcitycon.com. Get your tickets now. The World Golf Village Renaissance Resort in St. Augustine, Florida. If you have never been to St. Augustine, give yourself a few days to check out downtown and the historic ancient city sites, especially the Pirates Museum. I love the Pirates Museum.
We need to plan a meetup with everybody.
We do definitely got to do that. So without further ado, oh yes, I have to include this. Gallifrey gatherings. I'm sorry, this is we're not going to be there. But maybe I think Candyman's going to be there. Candyman should be there. He's doing an announcement. Guest to be announced soon. I know that they've had their first guest, so this is a little out of date, but that's going to be taking place Sunday the 15th of November. The 100 House, Norton near Ironbridge, Telford,
Shropshire.
Shropshire.
Is that an A or an O?
Gotcha. I just want to make sure I got it right. Their tickets and details are coming soon. I believe they are still doing that, but they are doing guest announcements. If you want to check it out, look up on their social media. Is there something else in here?
So they've actually announced several guests. I just pulled up their Facebook page.
Oh, is this from you? Oh, there we go. Hold on. Let me.
Who is it?
So we got Joe Martin, Sylvester McCoy, Katie Manning, Wendy Padbury, and Michael Troughton. Yes. So they already got 5. So do they have tickets as of yet? Oh yeah, tickets are on sale. Let's see in the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so it's parallelworldevents.com. Parallelworldevents.com.
It's got to be so far.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's a long drive.
Right? There's no bridge long enough.
And just to let folks know, the reason why we're going to be skipping out on the review for Bernie Summerfield's is because we have a special guest approaching for next Tuesday. It's going to be Clem So. Let's just face it. He's been in everything. He's just been in every single damn thing out there. He also has been in Doctor Who as well. It could be rough being on the set out there, but yeah, it's Clem, and he will be joining us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, UK time, 11 p.m. We can't wait to be interviewing Clem out there, and we're going to have a full show of people who are going to be interviewing him, and you get to interview him live as well. You get to ask your questions, and you may be lucky to get one of your questions posted, where you can ask Clem what he thinks about something. So be there, 6 p.m. sharp, and 6 p.m. sharp we say, and then we'll start at 6:05 or something like that. That's how
yeah, exactly. That's the way things are. Whenever Christian gets around to it, we'll start.
That's not my fault, okay? There's this lightning thing going on out there. Speaking of lightning, Paparazzo, where can people find you?
You can find me all over the internet. You can find me on Horses on Film, talking the best westerns of all time, youtube.com/@horsesonfilm. Find me on Happiness Patrol with Melanie and Jessica Womack, who sometimes goes on here. youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow. We're talking about movies that make us happy. We just had an episode, I think it was last week that it came out on Labyrinth. So yeah, we're having a great time talking fun movies. And in between all that, you can find me on my own channel, youtube.com/theratHole, DOTCA. That's theratHole.ca, but YouTube does not like URLs in their URLs.
There you go. And you mentioned the lovely name Melanie. Melanie, where do people find you?
As Dave just so kindly mentioned, or you can find me on Happiness Patrol. The reason I'm laughing is because we just recorded an episode where I got to pick the movie, and it was I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. And they never saw it, and it made me so happy that they actually enjoyed it, because that movie is amazing.
It is.
So anyway, I love that movie so
I just love the
much.
trailer, the intro trailer. I'm going
Okay.
to get you, sucker.
Okay,
And
so
Sean, I don't know what that segue was for, but there you go. So where can people find you, sucker?
If you want to find me, you can go to youtube.com/ourphilosophyis9119, and I talk about sci-fi and whatever else is on my mind that week in a queer-friendly space. My most recent video that I just posted was entitled George Lucas, Star Wars, and the Presumption of Success, talking about why the prequel trilogy might have had some of the faults that it had when it came out. That's my most recent video. And if you like stuff like that, or a lot of Doctor Who content as well, join me over there. I'd really appreciate that, and thank you.
And Gadget, where can people find you?
Gadget Pendragon After Dark.
Sorry.
you got click happy.
I told the universe I wanted big brothers, and this is what I get.
That's what you get for rating at 0. So go ahead.
Well, Lulu.com to get the books, because this is the only income right now, because for some odd reason they don't want to hire anybody that's over the age of 40. Also, let's see what else. I'll be at Bronx Comic Con August 1st. I'll be at Anime NYC in the middle of August, and we're still working on New York Comic Con, as well as just anywhere around or anywhere. If you see me out, don't be afraid to come up and everything. And that just fell. Also, you can catch me on Gadget Pendragon After Dark, my second channel, because I did an interview with Jonathan Glickman about his take on Doctor Who, and he just started casting a lot of people. And a shout out to Lua, shout out to all the other actors that are being picked for this. But if you want to check it out, there's going to be probably an episode 2 soon, hopefully, depending on how production goes. But we'll see what happens.
And before we all leave, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do all the things to get our little algorithm going, because we just hit 123,000 subscribers. We can't do this without you. Our goal is to hopefully hit 150 by the end of this year, and maybe slide into 200,000. But hey, I don't know where you all live. So I'm just happy you're here. And as always, what we do before we leave, we're going to say goodnight to Simon. So everybody, on the count of 3, let's say goodnight to Simon. 1, 2, 3.
Good night, Simon.
Until the next adventure, Tony.